श्री सच्चिदानंद सद्गुरु साईनाथ महाराज की जय। सद्गुरु श्री साईनाथ निशरद बाबू जी की जय। Rose Petals, Volume 4, Chapter 2, The Familiar Stranger. Devotee. The love for the Sadguru is so different from love in the ordinary worldly sense. Is it possible to describe or capture it in any way? It seems so mysterious. Guruji, there is no simple answer because your question implies so many things. What is a Sadguru? Why do we need a Sadguru? What is so called ordinary love? And what is this mysterious love? Is it really mysterious love or is it love of the mystery? All these things have to be answered to understand love for the Sadguru. Devotee. Guruji, please help me to understand the relationship between a devotee and the Sadguru. Guruji, first start with your experience. You have suffering, you have frustration. Even though you have everything, you still feel there is something missing. You don't know what it is. Sometimes you think, maybe this is missing, maybe that is missing, and if I get it, I'll be happy. Then you try for it, and when you get it, you find there is still something lacking. You have money and all the comforts, good relationships, good parents, everything is there, but still you're not happy. What is missing? Love, you say. Yes, my children love me, my wife loves me, and my husband loves me. I have a good family, I am loved, but still I seek love. What is that love? Oh, it's not love, it's something else. Jnana. So you read books on Vedanta and become even more confused. Something still is missing. What is that X factor? What is the value of that X? In whatever way you work the equation, you can't solve it for X. You can't find the right answer. So your whole life is based on an incorrect formula. Then, when you come in contact with the Sadguru, you think maybe this is the X, because he connects you to what you feel is missing in yourself. That is why I call the Sadguru a familiar stranger or strangely familiar. We feel he looks so familiar, but he is so strange, and we don't know why he is like that. We feel he knows the intimate corners of our heart, but we don't know who he is or what he is doing. Is he static or dynamic? Does he love me or not? Is he doing anything or not? 1 minute he is so familiar, and the next moment he is so strange. That paradox, that mixture of strangeness and familiarity, connects him to us, to what is really missing. Our experience of that strange familiarity is the first pull of the magnet, the triggering that brings us into the Sadguru's orbit. The process of removing that strangeness and making it more and more familiar, that is the concretization of our abstract sense of fulfillment. So, what is that strangeness? What is that missing story? That is the mystery. Let us try to grasp it. The whole process of seeking fulfillment is trying to get hold of that missing story and trying to solve the mystery, whether it is finally solved or not. That is the path, the sadhana, the spiritual endeavor. Devotee. Even though I say love brought me here, still I feel I don't know what love is. Guruji. Not only you, many people do not know what love is. They think this is love or that is love. A boy and a girl look at each other, it's love at first sight. And then they say, oh, I love you so much. After some time, it becomes only a pattern, a habit, and slowly it withers away. Then they go on with their search for fulfillment. Some people want power or money. All these things are only a part of the exploration. Then at some point, something happens and they feel, yes, this is what I want. This is my fulfillment. But even then, it is not yet really clear. For instance, take the example of Sri Ramana Maharshi. When he spoke about Arunachala, he said that even since the days of his innocence, since his childhood, he had an inexplicable attraction to Arunachala, but he didn't know what Arunachala actually was, whether it was a hill, whether it was a name of God, or a person, or a state. But somehow he felt that he knew it. Whenever he heard the name Arunachala, it felt so familiar, but at the same time it was so unfamiliar. So he began his exploration. He went to Arunachala, and while he was there, it became more familiar, but at the same time it remained so strange. There is also the example of Sai Baba. He was seeking a guru, and the moment he saw him, he knew, yes. Did he know anything about him, his antecedents, his precedents? Nothing. But something told him. He knew he is the one. That wasn't the end of the story, it was only the beginning. It only gave him a glimpse of something so ineffable, so mysterious, so strange, but at the same time so familiar. Then he tried to make it more and more familiar. The more familiar you become with that strangeness, with that mystery, the more you want to know it. The experience of becoming more familiar with the mystery gives you the opportunity to experience and express what you really want. This is what actually gives you fulfillment. Love arises in the experience of fulfillment, and the expression of fulfillment is love. So it is the strangeness that pushes you towards fulfillment and makes you explore it, experience it, and express it more and more. It gives you the thrill, the sense of mystery. If you lose the strangeness, you lose the pull to explore. It is that paradox of the strange with the familiar that makes your life more meaningful. We know it, and yet we don't know it. We have it, and yet we don't have it. Devotee. Is the sense of mystery there always? Does it never go? Guruji. We'll see. Let's try to solve it first. Maybe it goes, maybe it doesn't. But that itself gives you a thrill. Not that the mystery is something painful. It's thrilling. That is why people enjoy thrillers or mystery novels. If at all there is anything mysterious or mystical, it is our experience that the Sadguru loves us. How do we know he loves us? Can we prove it? What are the reasons? Devotee. I feel it. Guruji. Yes, you feel it. You have the intuition that he loves you. The whole spiritual journey is based on that experience. When you experience something, it can be expressed in any way. Some people express it in their actions, others by talking. Whatever way it is not important. The thing is, how do you experience it? Something tells us, something is triggered inside, something abstract in our mind gets concretized. The other day, I was telling you about the familiar stranger. When we meet the Sadguru, we have a feeling, a vague, abstract feeling that we know him and he knows us. In what way, we do not know. He is a total stranger. It is not possible to understand him, but somehow we feel that we know him. He is strange and at the same time familiar. It is a curious paradox. Usually, the more we know about somebody, the more the familiarity increases and the strangeness vanishes. But with a Sadguru, the more we know about him, the stranger and stranger he becomes. There is an innate attraction. Love is triggered in us. The familiarity relates to the love, and the strangeness relates to the mind that tries to understand and absorb. It wants to love as he loves and become one with him. If at all anybody experiences anything, it is first the love. There is a sense of security. Something tells us, he knows me and what is good for me. How do we know? We have a feeling, an intuition. There is no proof, and it is futile to try to furnish proofs for it. With the Sadguru, it is as if you have known him your whole life. But even if you stay with him for 30, 40, 50 years, the fact is you do not know him. He always remains a stranger, but at the same time, he feels more familiar than anybody else in your life. Why? Again, no reason. All your reasoning will end up with no reason. Devotee. Ungraspable. I find something both frustrating and enticing in that. Guruji. But that frustration is not like any other experience of frustration that we encounter. It is frustrating, but it also gives us joy and happiness. It seems as though we are solving the mystery, but actually the mystery only becomes magnified and absorbs us more and more. There is a story in Hindu mythology about Ravana wanting to attain immortality by getting the Atma Lingam, so he asked Lord Shiva for this boon. As a result of his ardent worship, Lord Shiva granted the boon on condition that the Atma Lingam should never touch the ground. Once placed on the earth, all its powers would return to Lord Shiva. Ravana started his journey back to Lanka with the Atmalingam. Sage Narada feared that with its power, Ravana would create havoc on earth, so he asked Lord Ganesha to play a trick on him in which Ganesha managed to place the Atmalingam on the ground. Once installed on earth, nobody could move it, not even Lord Shiva. The more Ravana tried to remove it, the bigger and bigger it became. Ravana wanted to disconnect the soul from earthly experience and become immortal. But the more you try to do it, the bigger the mystery becomes. So huge. Devotee. Does the mystery ever get solved or does it go on growing? Guruji. That also you have to find out. Devotee. Guruji, wouldn't it be a great benefit for us to get a glimpse of that experience, the state in which the Sadguru resides? Even if it's just the smallest glimpse, wouldn't it help to clarify what we are all searching for? Guruji, once you have that glimpse, then fear disappears and you start loving the stranger. The glimpse invokes interest and curiosity in you, a sense of exploration and inquiry. Then you become an adventurer and you are pushed towards the goal. That glimpse will act as a trigger to make everything clearer. What you want, what you don't want, what you want more of. The goal becomes clear. Devotee. Our connection to the Sadguru seems so mysterious. Somehow I feel at home with you, but at the same time I'm also a little nervous. Guruji. Yes, there's fear involved in it. You're honest enough to say that you're afraid, but in fact, all these people here have fear. Devotee. Fear of what? Guruji. People have different words for it. Fear of involvement, fear of losing our independence, fear of what will happen. There's a fear of the unknown. We feel safe with concepts like mukti, nirvana, and who am I because nothing will happen. So we happily play with these ideas and we are happy. But with the Guru, it's dangerous. Be careful. Don't go near him. Stay in the crowd and just look at him from a distance. Yes, it's true. Actually, there's nothing one can do about the fear. The only thing you can do about it is to familiarize yourself with the strangeness. To most people here, when they see me, it's as if I'm a familiar stranger. I don't know any other way to express it. Because in your heart, you feel that you know me so intimately, but at the same time, I am so strange to you. And the fear that you experience is towards that strangeness, that unknown. So, everybody with different degrees of intensity is playing with this paradox, the familiar stranger who is yet strangely familiar. And that is the whole play, the whole game, the aesthetics and the joy of it. There is joy in the solving of the mystery or even in failing to solve it. Oh, we have solved it. Or, ah, I realize I haven't solved it at all. All these things will come and go along with the fear. As I told you, everyone has fear, but with different degrees of intensity. The more you familiarize yourself with the strangeness, the more the fear diminishes. When that happens, you start loving the strangeness, and that paradox of strangeness and familiarity becomes the mystic element, the mystery, the missing story. श्री सच्चिदानंद सद्गुरु साईनाथ महाराज की जय। सद्गुरु श्री साईनाथ निशरत बाबू जी की जय।